Here we are with promoter Lou Dibella at the press conference for Andy Lee's fight on October 1st in Atlantic City. Of course, you also have Sergio Martinez, who will be fighting in the main event against Darren Barker. Talk to me about Andy Lee. You're working with him now. He's a middleweight contender in a division that isn't full of a lot of big profile middleweight contenders for your fighter Sergio Martinez. Do you envision that fight maybe someday happening?
Yes. I think that Maravilla, Martinez, and Andy Lee is inevitable if Andy can get by Vera. I want to point something out. Andy's a warrior's warrior. He made this fight happen. He insisted upon it. To be honest with you, I'm offering him other alternatives, because once a guy's beaten you, it has an impact on you. But Andy's attitude was the opposite. I need to beat this guy because he beat me, and. Brian Vera's become a better fighter than he was. Brian Vera beat Sergio more. Brian Vera's not the same guy he was on the Contender, and this is a fight fans fight. I mean, there is no way on God's earth that Lee Vera can't be a good fight, which is one of the things that perplexes me about all the bad fights we see, because styles make fights, and like certain times you just know what a good fight is, and this is a good fight.
You mentioned something about styles make fights, and of course this is a fight we've seen in the past that has...
I'm having a Guinness, guys.
In
honor of Andy Lee and Shawnee Monahan and Kevin Rooney, all Irishmen who are appearing on October 1. Irish community, come out in force. I'll have some Guinness with you.
Here we go. Now, is that an endorsement or just help telling people your favorite beer?
Well, I happen to like Guinness, by the way.
Okay.
I'm a big Guinness guy. Now, that being said, I'm a promoter.
Okay.
And that being said, I promote a lot of Irishmen.
All right.
Okay.
Now, is it the same in a bottle as in tap? Do you have a preference?
I totally prefer it on tap. But to be honest with you, it's not as good in the States as it is in Ireland, yet it's still pretty good.
Sorry,
and by the way,
yes,
not particularly caloric. So Guinness, if you want to send me a couple of cases promoting you, I'm a Guinness drinker.
So he's in New York City, if you're watching this. So talk to me also now about Andy Lee. He actually has no. It doesn't seem like he has a lot to gain. Because people are overlooking Brian Vera. It seems like he has a lot to lose in this fight.
Well, I got to tell you something. Fewer people are overlooking Vera than you think. I've had 3 people in the room today at this press conference tell me Vera was going to win the fight. I'm not overlooking Brian Vera. I think it's a very, very difficult fight. I agree with you that he could have done some other things that might have been easier with less risk. But you got to remember something too. When Andy was a young fighter, he was the prospect. He was the prospect. I mean, in the middleweight division, he gave hell to Jermaine Taylor in camp. He sparred every top guy out there through Emmanuel and Kronk, and he looked like King Kong. His boxing ability, his punching power, he had everything. And he was on a skyrocket to success that Brian Vera derailed. This is all about Andy Lee. This is all about Andy Lee's head and heart and desire for redemption and desire for revenge. I didn't make this fight. Andy made this fight.
So talk to me now, of course, if Andy Lee wins, what are the options? Of course, you have Martinez. Are there any other options out there that you think would be attractive to both HBO and for Andy's career? Yeah,
there are a number of them. Sergio Martinez. He'd have to put on a great performance and look really, really good. Matthew Macklin and Lee really might pit the 2 of the 4 best middleweights in the world against each other in an all-Irish matchup. I think that fight would sell tremendously around St. Paddy's Day. Andy Lee against Felix Sturm, who I think lost to Macklin, got his ass kicked personally, and Andy against Sturm is a terrific fight. Obviously, I think, look, all these guys are aiming for Maravilla. That's all of their aim. But for Andy, for Macklin, there are some great opportunities out there.
You have all the Irish people who are going to be coming out for this fight. What about the atmosphere that Irish fans bring to a live event?
Ethnicity is an important factor, and the Irish have a tremendous sense of pride, and they have a tremendous toughness and a tremendous grit. And the Irish have been big supporters of boxing. And when you bring them people from their own community, they respond. And between Andy Lee, Shawnee Monahan, and Kevin Rooney, and Kevin is my assistant and my PR guy, and the son of a terrific trainer who trained Mike Tyson. I think with the Irish presence on this card, I think we're going to have a big Irish contingent.
And you want to make one last statement for the Irish people by killing your Guinness?
Yeah, you know what? I will in the honor of my Irish. Can I kill this? I could kill a whole Guinness. What do you? This is amateur hour.
I'll think about me.
Yeah, take this too.
And The Prize Fighter and the Playwright by Jay Tunney. Tremendous book. All boxing fans should read it, but particularly Irish boxing fans.
All right, it's been Songalia with promoter Lou Dibella.